This is not a very powerful hero, but I would like his third skill, which is army management, as I'm going to use him as a gatherer. So let's try and double star him. So first we just fill up the first star as much as we can. There we are, we've got it on 80%. And then we're going to try and develop. And we've achieved 2 stars at the same time, so that we've got the skill without having to level him all the way to 20. Thank you. This is my Swagbucks account, where I discover games and get paid to play them. So back in October I discovered Rise of Kingdoms, and I had to get to City Hall level 17, which is doable in about 8 days if you really go for it. And I got 3,000 swag points, and with a few other offers I've been doing around that time, but so that was about £21 to do that offer. And here I am, I drew it out to my PayPal account. I say I did quite a few offers, and they say it means I have money in my PayPal account should I want to invest in these games and have a bit more fun. You'll see you can also refer other people, so I've referred people that I've met in games and other various games. The VIP level is fantastically important. A free to play player needs to get to at least VIP 6 so that he unlocks the second building queue. So although it costs 11,500 gems in total, to pay for the second building queue continuously, you'll make your money back in a few months. So a massively important part of the free to play is to rush this. Also, when you're about to level up, like I am right here at the end, you need to wait till midnight so you can get the 5, level up, and then the 6. Because if I did it yesterday, I would miss out on one of the chests. So let's collect the 5 now. Level up. So this is, I'm into my 6th day now. This is the end of my 5th day, so that's about when you want to do it. And then we get the next chest. And we didn't miss out on that last VIP level 5. Thank you. This quiz thing that you can do every day, I'm not proud to admit, but I would suggest during the preliminaries, when you get unlimited time, to Google the answers, because the rewards are too good to miss. But even Googling some of the answers, it's still very difficult, and I even got one wrong. But these are the rewards you get, and a free to play player cannot miss out on them. So don't be ashamed. Google, ask people, do whatever you need to get as high a score as you possibly can. Never wait for an academy to be built. It's a good use of speed ups. If I wait 11 hours 42 minutes for this academy to be finished, I'm losing 11 hours 42 minutes of research time. So when you use speed ups on your academy, you're getting a double benefit. The same goes for other buildings, that like the stables, barracks, archer range, and siege workshop. With they're out of production being built, you're losing the countdown of the time they have. Is a really important tip for the free to play players, and one reason to be at first when you're building up to be in a newer guild or a newer alliance where there isn't so much competition for the donations. So this is a reward for a weekly win, 2 times 24 hours, 1.5 million food, 1.5 million wood, and 100,000 experience. Now, this is worth more than a £5 top-up pack, and it's free if you play it right. So let's go back to the start of the week. And so I started Sunday night, midnight, ready with 20 donations to get going, and of course won the first day and got an 8-hour speed up. Second day I rested, built up my donations. At midnight again I was ready and won the day after, again another 8-hour. Had a rest day, then my attempt to win this day failed. I came down here in the 4 to 10 rank, but I just kept getting 100s on my contributions, and this person at the top here had a real good day. Now the next 2 days I didn't really try, because obviously you need to be back in sync for Sunday night to be ready for the next week. So I did just about what I needed to do to win, and I won by a bit too much, really, by 8,000 donations. But this is a relatively new guild with newer players, and obviously this is not always possible, but this is a huge boost to my account and should see me to the £1 million power mark very soon. You may have already discovered this, but when scouting, it's always best to use the hold position for 5 minutes afterwards to stop your scout going all the way out to scout, all the way back to your base, and then you having to constantly send him out again. In the game, you need to think about risk. So if we go to my information here, so my commander power can't be taken from me. My technology power can't be taken from me, and my building power can't be taken from me. However many times you burn me out, you can't affect those power numbers. Now your troops, you can kill them and send them to my hospital, but this is where you need a healthy hospital capacity, and you do not want to take your number of troops over this hospital capacity until you're ready to, much later in the game. So instead of building new infantry soldiers, you click on your old ones, the upgrade arrow top left, and then upgrade them to new infantry rather than build new men, as you do not want to be caught with too many men over your hospital capacity, as this is a risk to your account. Before increasing your country's given epic commander's star rating, you must first completely max out his beginning most powerful skill. This is the most effective way to level your epic hero. So early game, the most important talent to get early in the game is obviously quick study, which is experience buff, but on the way to trophy hunter, which is incredibly important, so that every barbarian you kill, you will get a pack. And here we are. So I've been killing maybe 400 or so barbarians, and we go into my items, and I've got 6,400 resource pack C, which are going to make a huge difference in my resource management, and obviously avoid me running out of stone around level 12-13. With a peacekeeper and the right talent set up, attacking a barbarian should only cost 30 energy, as opposed to attacking a barbarian with someone without the peacekeeping, where it costs 50 energy. So the talents you need to use are along the bottom here, reduce action point cost to attack barbarians and other neutral units. So obviously massively important for when farming barbarians. The best hero or commander for chain killing barbarians is Lohor. So he heals during battle. And if we watch the end of the battle, a further heal, and if you saw, that was something like the 25th kill with him. Also for chain killing barbarians, to summon the 12 level 12 barbarians, as after that they start to come further and further away from your base. So I just stick to the level 12 for chain killing, I say, and this would be the 26th without having to go back to heal, which of course is maximizing the talent of the reduction of action points to kill barbarians. Before doing a large upgrade, for example your city hall or increasing a troop tier, ask yourself, is there anything you can do to better your build speed? For example, you could go to your alliance and ask to be given the title of Counselor, which will give you 1% build speed or 1% research speed, and then obviously it's taken off you after you have done the upgrade. Or if we go to the map and check here and see if there are any runes that can help us, for example, here we are. That would increase your building or research speed by 5% and make a big difference to very large upgrades. To be effective when you're online, you need to try and have all of your armies or scouts doing something. So even if it's just whatever men you've just healed, so I've got one healing, one gathering, two gathering, one building a flag, one killing barbarians, and 3 scouting. So just effective to keep all of your scouts and armies in use. Even if it means you have to reduce the number of people that are out gathering, that you will gather quicker and you will kill more barbarians by keeping all your queues in use. Sometimes it's better to slow build the flags. So we've got 6 hours 35 minutes and we have just one troop come in. Firstly, let's see if the troop makes a difference to the time. There we are, only 15 minutes, but it all helps. But of course, the aim is to then gather 20,000 guild coins as opposed to building the flag quickly. So keep this in mind, that sometimes it's best to slow build the flags if there are not a lot of buildings going on. I didn't up her first skill because I wasn't interested in it. What I'm interested in is her last skill. So every time I go and collect resources, I get a 6% bonus. And then if we go into her talents, I get an additional 6% bonus as well. So if I gather 100,000 resources, I get 112,000 resources. And then of course the really important, the 5% to all. So most players will run into their main epic hero and start spending thousands of XP on him. You'll get plenty of experience later in the game. What you need at the moment is to be able to gather huge amounts of resources. I think it's really important to as a free-to-play player to get very involved with the events, but the most important on your first week is the who will reign supreme. So forget the rankings, but a free-to-play player can easily reach, with not a huge amount of effort, 600,000 power, which is a fantastic reward, which would cost you £5 to buy this reward. So to get it for free, for easily achieved, and I think it's also a good milestone that you're on track to grow at a good rate. Okay, let's talk about gaining power fast. At the moment this account is on 265,000 power, and of course in the early game for a free to play player, completing the who will reign supreme is very important, but you've only got 3 days really to get to the 600,000, which is realistic for a free to play player. But one of the keys for getting the extra power needed is to get all of your heroes to level 10. So let's just summon this guy. And summon this one. Yep, look at that. A nice way to end it. A real boost to the power. Oh, 600 more. I know what I can do. Let's just do another skill for this lady. Hopefully it will land on the resource gathering. Good, it did increase load. So there we are. From 265,000, an increase of 50,000 power in only a matter of minutes. My exploration report says I'm up to date. We've found villages and caves. But if we go into the map and switch to explore, which is this one here, there we go. We've already found a cave that didn't show up on my report. And if we look down here, again another cave that didn't show up on my report. So this unfortunately can't be trusted, and you need to manually search and check that your scouts have found everything needed. The most important economic technologies at this early game is writing to increase your research power, and then eventually as you level up, mathematics to increase your research power. Completing both of these combined with getting a higher VIP level will massively help you unlock the higher tier troops. This is not a huge tip, but what you need to do is not be lazy on your daily objectives. Using stone boosts, wood boosts, food boosts and gold boosts are convenient to get the reward quick, but using these boosts early in the game is highly ineffective. When you've only got 1 or 2 gold mines making 1,000 an hour, to use the boost is a waste, where then not to have a boost much later in the game when you're producing thousands and thousands and thousands of gold an hour, then the boost is far more effective. So just really to think about what I can do to be more effective, and not using these food growths to complete your daily objectives is one of them. Now this last tip is about having fun. Now I'm City Hall level 18. I've been playing for about 2 weeks and I am having lots of fun. I've made really great friends in this guild and had a lot of fun on this server, but the game becomes very difficult after this point for free-to-play players, and I don't really want to just be collecting resources all the time. So this is in fact the 5th time I've leveled a city to around this this much. So if we go into settings and then account management, you can see up there the last Luke City was my last go, and sometimes you say to create a new character but on a brand new guild. So this kingdom is only 48 minutes old, where there's then lots of opportunity to start again and have fun. And as a free-to-play player, you haven't invested in your account, so that'd be a great kingdom to start in, and take what you've learned from the previous time and become better at building. Also, it's the opportunity that I've never had a farm account, where to start 2 accounts, one for fighting and one for farming, where at the moment I have just the one account, and after huge losses in fighting, it takes me a day or two to recover. Where if you have a farm account, of course you can recover almost immediately, because the other account you're not looking to build an army in. Anyhow, this is my last tip, so remember to have fun. And as you say, if it's free to play, also think, can I take my friends from this server to the new server? Because imagine how your guild would be doing now if the people that are in it were there from day one, instead of building up over time. Anyway, have fun. Thank you.